Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar.
No, I'm free. I'm free to stay anywhere I want.
I wish you never came to my country. You lose out. This is my country. My fucking. You fucking stupid. Which country, sir? You don't even know which country. Fuck you. You don't even have a country.
Canadians better wake the hell up and wake the hell up fast to what's going on in this country. I live in Ottawa and it's truly shocking. It's like you're walking around in Iran, Iraq. There are Palestinian flags all over the place. There are more veiled women than there are people without veils on walking around. This country is literally being invaded. Immigration without assimilation is invasion.
How you doing? This is Sahar TV and welcome to the Islamification of Canada. In today's video, I will display videos coming from Canada and imams in Canada and people who live there telling their story of how the situation is shifting drastically. Let's get to the first video.
Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar.
As you could have seen, this took place in the middle of Canada, the middle of the street, not in a mosque. Do this inside your holy buildings, not out on the streets. What is the purpose of this? What are you trying to achieve? Are you trying to show dominance? Well, it's working. People can see it. This person right here, who is clearly not Canadian, is claiming that he's Canadian while having a different piece of land on his hat. Have a look.
Go away. I can't hear them. Nobody wants to see you. Nobody wants to see you either. Nobody wants to see you either. I don't want to see you either. I wish I never saw you. I wish you never came to my country. I wish you never came. I wish you never came to my country. You lose out. This is my country. My fucking. You fucking stupid. Which country, sir? You don't even know which country. Fuck you. You don't even have a country. Go away. Go away. He's everywhere. Fuck you. Fuck you. Now you're harassing me. Fuck you. Go away.
He's right. This guy doesn't have a country because the piece of land we're seeing here is Israel. Internationally recognized. This is not Palestine. Why are you in Canada claiming it's your country? If you care about Palestine so much, go back to Palestine, wherever that might be. And of course, we've got more people blocking the streets. This time it's in Montreal.
Allahu Akbar.
No, I'm free. I'm free to stay anywhere I want. I'm free to stay anywhere you want. Do you have a permit? Who are you? No. I'm free to stay anywhere I want.
Yes,
I don't care who you are. I don't know you. You have no authority over me.
Okay.
You have no authority over me. No, you have no authority over me.
Stop.
You cannot tell me what to do, sir.
Okay,
Nobody
sir.
can tell
you
me.
You can
I'm
continue
free.
your...
Oh no, people can tell you what to do. If the authorities tell you you're not allowed to pray there, then you're not allowed to pray there. And it seems like you're breaking the law because you're not allowed to block the streets to pray.
No. I can't stay here. I want to stay here.
Stay, no problem.
What's the problem? I can't stay here.
I'm staying here.
What's the problem? Okay, it's fine.
There is no problem.
Allahu Akbar.
You are the problem.
No, you are the problem.
This video right here was taken in Toronto. Have a look. Why does it always have to be in the middle of the street? Go pray inside a mosque. That's what I'm talking about. It doesn't really happen in Arab countries. It happens in mostly Western countries. Just think about the symbolism they're trying to get. Praying outside, controlling the streets, doing stuff that Christians don't do, doing stuff that Jews don't do. Only Muslims. Bizarre. This guy right here is a Muslim imam in Canada. Let's have a listen to what he has to say.
When we talk about al-jihad, we're talking about a just war. For the sake of making the word of Allah supreme, so that Islam is dominant. Now let's move on to the martyr. In Arabic, the word we use is ash-shaheed. The martyr is that person who fights so that the word of Allah will be supreme, so that Islam will be dominant, and that person dies while fighting for that cause. Indeed, Allah has purchased from the believers their lives and their properties in exchange for paradise. They fight in the cause of Allah, and naturally, They kill and they are killed. When we talk about al-jihad,
When we talk about al-jihad, we have to think about the fact that it's meant for the purpose of making Islam supreme, making it the top religion. According to what he said, it's not only during times of war. And jihad can also be coming from the womb, bringing more children to the world, or financial jihad, or educational jihad. It is what it is, and it's in Canada, guys. It's in Canada, with a growing Muslim population. This as well was recorded in Toronto, Canada in the year 2010. Let's have a listen to what this imam has to say.
There are some Muslims amongst us these days who want to go around and say, oh, Islam was never spread by the sword. That's a blatant lie. It was spread many times by the sword. The Sharia was spread by the sword. There was a time when this area that we call Turkey, there was no Muslims, there was no Islam, right? And then people came, and in Turkey in particular, it was not a result of merchants coming with da'wah. It was a result of jihad. People became Muslims as a result of the fact that Muslims came with the sword, established Sharia, and as a result of the establishment of Sharia, many people found that there's a need to become Muslims in order to avoid fitna.
The same thing applies to other North African countries or other countries in the Middle East. These people wanted to keep practicing their religion, but then Islam came and said, either you convert, or you pay the jizya, or we kill you. This guy right here is a Canadian, and he's sending a warning to other Canadians. Have a look.
Canadians better wake the hell up and wake the hell up fast to what's going on in this country. I live in Ottawa and it's truly shocking. It's like you're walking around in Iran, Iraq. There are Palestinian flags all over the place. There are more veiled women than there are people without veils on walking around. This country is literally being invaded. Immigration without assimilation is invasion. And that's what we're seeing. There's no assimilation in Canada. There's no assimilation whatsoever. It looks as though, I'm kidding you not, I'm in downtown Ottawa. It looks as though you're walking around in the Middle East. There's no difference. The amount of Palestinian flags and disgusting slogans that I've seen, who, by the way, the police, meanwhile, defend these people at all costs, no matter what's on their sign. You can say, from the river to the sea, Intifada in our lifetime, down with the West. Canada has blood on their hands. All of this I saw. I tried to figure out exactly where the rally is, but they weren't at their normal rallying spot. But I kid you not when I say this is tens of thousands of people in downtown Ottawa. Wake the hell up, Canada. This immigration that we're seeing is absolute insanity and is cultural suicide. These woke ideologues like Mark Carney are bringing on the literal destruction of our country. They are bringing on the destruction of our country. I've seen these rallies up close. Don't let the media gaslight you. Don't let CBC gaslight you. These are not peaceful people. These are people who, if you show any indication that you're not aligned with them, I saw a gentleman with a disgusting sign said something to him. He started screaming at me in Arabic, making menacing gestures, and they're always cowards. They're always in groups of like 50 of them. There's one of you, there's 50 of them. We are massively outnumbered now in Canada, and these people, I don't think Canadians understand the percentage of these people that are radical extremists that want to bring on Sharia law, and jihad is the way to do it. This is a death cult, a literal death cult that we have invited into our country due to ahistoric morons like Mark Carney, like Justin Trudeau, who offer these meaningless platitudes like diversity is our strength. I don't even know what multiculturalism means. You either have a culture or you don't. You either have a Canadian culture or you don't. But these people are not here to take part in our culture. These people are here to take over. And unless Canadians take their head out of their ass and demand an election right now, demand an end to this immigration, demand deportations of people here illegally, and get rid of these hundreds of thousands of people who literally hate our civilization, it's going to be the end of the West. If we don't get rid of these people, I shudder to think at these current immigration rates, what the hell Canada is going to look like in less than 10 years, in 5 years. I'm not kidding you right now. Right now, I'm walking around in downtown Ottawa, and it looks more similar to me like the Middle East than Canada. It's crazy. It's crazy. There are literally more women walking around with veils where you can only see their eyes than there are people without veils. It's insanity. This country has so radically transformed. 26.5% of the country is now first generation immigrants. Thanks to woke Justin Trudeau, woke Mark Carney isn't stopping it all. Mark Carney thinks a man can become a woman can become a man, and they invite radical extremists into our country, if Canadians don't wake up tomorrow, Canada as we know and love it is going to be dead. Please like, share, subscribe. Ottawa is a goddamn disaster zone right now. I can tell you that definitively. Wake the hell up to what's going on, Canada, because if we don't, this country's done.
Because you live in Montreal. I mean, I'm seeing these protests. They're pretty intense there. You have a government backed by Trudeau that certainly is not going to do anything to curb any of this. Yeah. I would say actually is fueling an awful lot of it. I mean, just personally, for someone that cares about happiness and family and all that as much as you do, like it's not easy. And you don't have the easiest family history.
Exactly.
And
so
biography.
I'll give you an example that just happened about 2 weeks ago. We were talking earlier about Inter Miami and our common friend Jorge Mas. Well, he was kind enough to send me tickets for Inter Miami had come to Montreal to play a game. He couldn't make it. And so I took my family to the game as a beautiful gift from him. As we were driving to get to the stadium, we crossed about a 6 to 8 block area where it was impossible for you to know whether it was in Raqqa, Syria, whether it was in Yemen, whether it was in Pakistan. It was just an endless sea of what looked like very hostile protesters and demonstrators and so on. And I remember that I sort of tried to put the visor so that people don't see me, because I was worried, what if someone recognizes me and they have... So that's the reality. Now, it didn't take long, right? I mean, 10, 15 years ago, I was already warning people that this was coming. Well, now we're there. What if I was just walking with my family and they recognized me? Who knows what would have happened to me?
Right. I drove by one when I did the R conference in London. That was late November.
Right.
And I had the same exact thought, which was, if I get recognized right now, do they literally just ransack the car? Like,
I had the same exact thought when I was in Whitechapel. Luckily, nobody knew who I was. I mean, I think one person recognized me, but I walked way too fast for him to realize. Yeah, same feeling.
What the hell happens? All right, so you're in the middle of that in Canada, but are there any mechanisms for Canada to not fully go that route? You guys have let in an awful amount of people, an awful lot of people. It doesn't seem like there's anything to stop. Right. So it's sort of what I asked you before, but I mean, from a Canadian perspective, it's like you guys are so damn nice. Yeah. You're just going to fall on the sword.
Suicidal empathy, the topic of my next book.
Look, that's literally the title of the book,
exactly.
Right? Yeah.
Exactly. So look, I often use the following analogy, and we were talking earlier about our respective weight loss and so on. On any given day, one of three things can happen to your weight as a result of the decisions you make that day. The exercise you do, the food that you eat. My weight can go up, my weight can stay the same, or my weight can go down. There isn't another possible state of the world when it comes to my weight. Well, now let's apply that mechanism, that framework, to immigration. So if you let in people in the hundreds of thousands, if not millions, into your society, and those people are coming from cultures that have endemic Jew hatred, it's actually definitional to their societies. We know that in a million different ways, but let me just give you one way. Pew surveys demonstrate that when you poll people from those societies, what do you think of the Jews? You get 95 to 99% of polled people that have dismal views of the Jews. Now, just process that.
Even though virtually no Jews live in those
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's not, I mean, if it were 10% of the polled people, that would be a very, difficult number to digest.
Sure.
When it's 95 to 99, so now we let in 500,000 people and assume we go with the 95% rate. Is Jew hatred in the society going to go up? Is it going to stay the same, or is it going to go down? So it didn't require a fancy professor, evolutionary scientist to connect the dots.
Right.
You just had to be wedded to reality.
But is the brazenness of the protests and the things that they're screaming for, and then the way they use words in Arabic that can be sort of defined either way, or river to the sea doesn't exactly mean destroy Israel. Like it's the way they're doing everything that's quite duplicitous, and to some extent deserves credit because they're fooling an awful lot of people.
And that comes from the confidence of now having strength in numbers, right? When you're 0 to 2%, or you're just a exotic minority, when you're 3 to 5%, you start being a bit more emboldened in your political demands. When you 6 to 10%. And so there is kind of a trajectory in the exact same way that a physician can tell you with very, very clear accuracy what is the trajectory of having diabetes, what's going to happen, with very clear timeline. The same thing applies when a society is getting Islamized. Now, again, I hate to do this prefacing many Muslims are lovely, and I know more Muslims who are my friends than most people will ever meet. We're not talking about individual Muslims. We're talking about does Islam, once it takes a hold in a society, does it promote greater liberties, greater individual dignity? If you own black dogs and you're a gay Jew, should you feel more? And the reason why I say black dog, because
No, my dog's tan.
but he's not black, so he's a bit safer. But Muhammad had a particular repulsion towards dogs in general, but black dogs in particular. So it doesn't take much to realize what's going to happen. I have many Muslim friends who will tell me that they're concerned about the rate at which many of these societies are getting Islamized. They escaped those societies, and now they find themselves amidst the same societies from which they escaped.
If you think that the fate of Canada is going to be any different than France or the UK or Australia, you are mistaken. It doesn't really matter. The trajectory is going to be the same. I mean, France right now is a bit more advanced with Muslim population in their country, and we can see what France looks like. Same applies to the UK. They are right up there, and Sweden as well. So the name of the country doesn't really matter. The objective is the same, to bring Sharia to those countries, take over your countries, and it doesn't end with the Jews. It starts with the Jews, but it will continue to the Christians, continue to the atheists, and at some point, unfortunately, they will take over unless we do something drastic. Deportation, and not deportation of everyone. If you're willing to assimilate, that's perfectly fine. But if you refuse and you try to bring a foreign agenda to the country, get the hell out. Thank you so much for watching the Islamification of Canada. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye. If you'd like to watch more of my stuff, please check out my channel down below. If you like what you see, don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and hit that notification button so you can be notified every time I upload new content. If you'd like to support me and the channel financially, you can do that using Buy Me Coffee or Patreon down in the links below. Also, we now have a Discord that you can join down in the link below. And now you can become a YouTube member and enjoy specific YouTube perks. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.